It's real time. Hey, spin again. Hey,
Better
Tony Roger.
All right.
Yay, the J-Dog says we made it to another Friday. Yes, we did. We're still here, live and kicking. That's something to be grateful for, isn't it? Mikey H in the house. Good to see you, Mike.
Well, come on down. It's ticking time.
And there's Ellie. Good to see you, Ellie. Hope you are well. Mr. Stephen in the house. We might be talking about Mr. Stephen today, just a little bit.
WP Horde.
They're the team. They got the tactics. The laser beam. Rocking the net. Just like a storm. Bringing the inside battle morphing transform. Plug in, tune in, put up like a field team. Try to be, try to base, to Society11 street. Chats on fire, the room tonight. Keyboards clicking at the speed of light. Kurt and Andy got it right. Dealing with them on Friday night. So wrap it up, grab your gear. It's our collective prime. Cravings for the codes add-on, like the grind. Power up the screens. Society's got you fixed. Kurt and Andy are in the mix.
Hey there, Mr. Borfa.
It's Society11's hour. Hear the electric call. Kurt and Andy lead the vault. Decipher it all. The spin.
Way more watching than have said hello in the chat. So if you're watching on YouTube and you haven't said hello yet in the chat, say hello. We do say hello back. We really are live. Unless you're watching a replay. We know you're watching a replay.
We could still be alive, though. Just saying. Just saying. We could still be alive.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day, good night, and all that good stuff, depending on where in the world you're watching from.
And most of all, Katanga.
Katanga Society11, good day, good afternoon. It is here in the UK. Good to be with you.
Good coffee.
Oh, good coffee.
We are finally out of the deep freeze here in central Missouri. I mean, last 2 or 3 days has been in the 40s and 50s, and the ice is melting. My adopted daughter was actually able to get out of the driveway with her Mustang, so she's gone to visit friends. So yes, it's an amazing thing.
Yeah, and can you believe, as we were saying before we came on, we are 1/12 of the way through 2025 already.
That's it.
That's it. Month one, zippity ding dong gone. Now here's a little thing I want to throw out there real quick, and we'll say hello to some people in a second. But if you found January a bit of a struggle, don't beat yourself up. It happens. It's the same for a lot of people. We come out the holiday season, and I don't know, I've learned, because I've been doing this a long time, that getting back into the flow of things sometimes takes a little while. And if you are, depending on how old you are, I think as I get older, it takes me longer each time I take a break to get back into the momentum of things. But the trick is, if you start beating yourself up about that, that's counterproductive. because you start getting into this resentment gloom thing where you're going, I'm not doing enough, I'm beating myself up. But actually, what you're doing is not achieving anything. You're just, making it worse. So you're better off, just, double down. The other thing is and this is we were coming to, but I'm so glad that Rob Borsig has also pointed this out. A couple of things. Number one, leading up into traditionally, depending on your business, and I have some businesses that do very well at Christmas, thank you very much, because they are things that are outside the IM niche. I don't do a lot of mailing in December, as you'll notice, or January, because once we get near that build up, people this psychology of where people are focusing on spending their money. Now, I can still fight and spend money on my ads and everything else, but my conversion rates are going to be significantly lower just because of the season. So what I chose to do was to spend less money advertising in those niches at that time of year, focus on the niches where I can make more money. And then, so coming out, it's the IM niche for me really starts picking up again now. Now, it doesn't mean I do stuff in January. Of course I do. You've seen me put a couple of things, but I do little in January and I don't push stuff because, as Robert said, what happens is you get out of Christmas. So just right before the Christmas, and even if you're not religious, you're not whatever, a large number of people buy gifts at that time of year, and they've got other expenses. Thanksgiving, if you're American, that's an expense as a family to put Thanksgiving together. So people are concentrating on these things, and we get the little Black Friday thing. People spend a bit there. Then you got people are getting near Christmas. The nearer you get to Christmas, people are focusing their money on spending on what gifts and everything else they got to get and focus. They're not thinking about running their business. Even me that time of year, even I'm thinking about chilling out a bit more. And then we get to January, and what happens to the majority of people in January? I say majority because it's not everyone. I don't get a big credit card bill in January because I don't have credit cards. But most people do, and most people get the credit cards and their bank statements, and then what they got to do? Oh, look at that. We went a bit mad over Christmas, and now we've got to make it. So now they're focusing on paying back their credit card. Now, I don't know I do know what happens is the psychology of it. The fact is that life goes on, and it's just little cycles we go in. And what happens is we go, okay, I've paid off the big thing of the credit card. February, it starts to get, I can breathe a little bit more. And then's the time to get a little bit more aggressive in your marketing, right? When people are ready and have the money to spend and are willing to spend it on the things that you're offering. So I kind of try and go with the flow a little bit. And I know that's not scientific, and I know that's not, but it works for me. And I found that I've tried it the other ways. I've tried ramping up my ad spend at Christmas in IM. It just costs me more money.
Right.
I don't make
exactly. Well, everyone's looking for specials and deals and everything else, and they're wanting to buy for family members, not for themselves. And that's the big thing there. February in the United States is a big tax return month. People who are getting money back are already starting to file the minute they get their W-2s to get a big refund. Why? Because they know it's coming. The people that pay are going to wait until April to file their taxes. So,
although our tax system in the UK works a little bit differently, anyone that is self-employed has to get the deadline. Although our tax year ends in April and we can file from there, no one ever fucking does, right? We sit on it until the last minute. So it means, and the tax deadline is today, the 31st of January. Anyone running around now, so what's the point? Anyone self-employed is focused on that today. They're not interested in buying extra stuff for their business. They're going, shit, I've got to get my taxes in. So they're all doing that today. Does that mean I won't mail today or I won't? No, of course not. But is today a good day to get in front of that particular audience? No. But today is, for example, in another niche I'm in, a good day because we're about to tip into a new month. And in the whole new age stuff thing, that's a significant time period. So people are all going, oh, I want to know what my thing is for the next month, and I want my numerology chart, and I want my, and they're going to my little sites and going, yes, please, and buying AI generated reports for $3 and $5, $10.
Yeah.
That's where I make the, so it's, think about your audience. You've got to get in the mind of your audience. That is really the big trick. Try and get in the mind of your customer a little bit more, and think about, and that's easy. Get in your own head. If you're in this niche, you probably buy in this niche and sell in this niche, right? So, or you've got enough interest in it to understand the niche. It's like, yeah, that applies to it. Anyway, I don't know where all that came from. We've just rambled for 10 minutes. So let's say hello. Hi, Tony Podger. Hi, Jerome. Hi, Mike H. Hi, Ellie. Mr. Stephen, good to see you. Rob Warsack in the house. So, and there's another little tip there as well. UK businesses do spend bigger in March to get receipts in before April the 5th. Yeah, a lot of people that are self-employed in the UK, when we get near the tax deadline, we often know that potentially, if we file the taxes as they are, but if we can do certain expenditures that can be written off against that, it's better for us to do that and not give it to the tax man.
Yeah.
So
I do the same thing. I buy computer equipment right at the end of the year, because come December 31st, if it's not paid for, then it's the next year's taxes.
Absolutely.
I do the same thing.
Yeah.
I gift myself new computer systems all the time at the end of the year.
But it's also where you can do things like, I will quite often go, all right, you know what? If I spend that 600 quid there on training, now I don't just go out and buy random crap, but I've always, I know that there's some good stuff out there, and I know what it is, and there's stuff I've had my eye on, and I'm like, when I've got the time and the money, I'm going to buy that course and go through it, because, that's how we do what we do. I always want to be teachable. I'm always trying to learn. That's the time of year I invest more heavily in those things. So there's another thing. Those people that sell those premium courses, when should they be advertising them? February, March.
That's
Two good months coming up. Anyway, just saying. And if you're watching in the Moneymakers, that's as much as you're going to get today, I'm afraid, because we've got loads more to talk about. But, hey, why are you still hanging around over there? But I tell you what you can do. You can come along tonight at 10 o'clock for Friday Night Marketing, or 10 o'clock UK time. You work it out in your own time zones. Go to Google it. Figure it all out for you. But that's like, anyway, 5 Eastern, something like that. And 4 Central.
Hold on. They have to show up to find out one burning question.
They do.